Over the last 2 years, I made $102,618 with all the different crypto miners I've reviewed for you on this channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 most profitable crypto miners and give you a complete breakdown of each of their lifetime earnings. Too many crypto mining projects see a huge initial spike in profitability, and before you know it,
and it's gone.
What we want to see is for projects to grow, solve real world problems, and hopefully reward us early adopters. Starting off at number 5 on our list is my Bobcat 500 mobile miner. This is a 5G gateway which I have paired with Freedom Fi's indoor CBRS radio. This provides coverage for Helium's new 5G cellular network, which has made quite the splash these past few months with their $20 a month cell phone plan. This was quite expensive for me, coming in at $2,779, but today it's a lot cheaper, coming in at just over $1,500. I deployed mine back when they were still on testnet back in September of 2022. Most of my rewards were Genesis rewards, which everyone got tokens no matter how good their coverage or deployment was at the time. That's not the case anymore. Today, if you're going to deploy one of these, you need to make sure you have a very good setup and a good location. Let's start off by looking at my earnings as of each month. I received an airdrop of rewards when the mobile token went live in April of 2023, which was worth just over $400 at the time. My device was offline between September and November of 2023, but it's done much better these last few months, largely due to the increase of the token price. Now, this device earns the mobile token, which is currently trading at just over 0.002 cents per token with a market cap of $173 million. Now, the token did do about a 30x in mid-December of last year on the news of the launch of Helium's 5G cell plan, helping to greatly increase the profitability of this miner. If we multiply the current value of the mobile token by my token rewards, we get the HODL, or the current value of my rewards. What I have shown here is the HODL value in green and the original earnings layered on top in blue here for comparison purposes. Sorry for the color choices here if you happen to be colorblind. You can see the increase in my Genesis rewards increased from about $400 up to about $3,500. And also keep in mind the mobile token is like 70% down from its all-time highs, so this was worth almost $10,000 a couple months ago. You can see the HODL value is below the current month-end earnings value for the last 4 months, and that's also due to the mobile token recently falling in price. If we look at my earnings summary, this is a case of HODLing definitely winning. I would still be about 54% away from a return on investment if I had sold every month versus a 76% positive return by HODLing. So a positive HODL impact of about $3,600. Luckily for me, I haven't sold any mobile tokens yet. Coming in at number 4 is my HiFix space weather station. This is an antenna you mount on your roof, which helps to improve GNSS satellite data. This improves the precision of different GPS signals. It has a lot of potential real-world applications, anything from land surveying to construction to autonomous driving. It may do another video on this very soon because this is quite the use case and this could be a potential huge project. My cost for my triple band receiver and antenna was $579, but today it's a little pricier, coming in at $626 after my discount. I do have a 10% discount code, which I'll put down in the description if you're interested in picking one of these up. I got into this one early during their testnet in May of 2022. It was actually one of the first projects I covered on this channel. And shout out to Passive Crypto Mining's channel. He's one of the few other channels that's been covering this project since the very beginning. So give him a follow, he makes some really good videos. Here are my earnings as of each month. You can see the earnings has really shot up over the last few months, now making well over $300 a month, driven by the increase recently in the price of the GEO token. We can clearly see that on the GEO chart here, going from about 2 cents a year ago up to about 33 cents last month, and trading at just about 25 cents today. We had quite the pullback in the crypto market over the past few weeks with war and inflation fears, but the GEO token has been holding up really well. This could indicate some future strength. And this is also a very tiny project at this point still, with only a $23 million market cap, so lots of potential room for growth in my opinion. Now here's what the earnings look like if I were to apply the current token price to the amount of tokens I earned each month. Unfortunately, this is one of the few projects where I have not sold any tokens yet. A couple things to note on this chart. I upgraded from the double band to the triple band receiver in March of 2023, which doubled my earnings at the time, causing that spike you see there. And the other is GeoNet has an annual halving event, which occurs on June 30th of every year, causing my mining yield to be cut in half from June to July of 2023. You can see every month so far, it's been better to HODL than sell tokens, and I expect that to continue as I think there's a lot of potential upside for this project. But also remember, this isn't financial advice. My total earnings as of each month equals $1,641. After we back out my purchase costs equals a return of just over $1,000 or 183%. But the real advantage has been hodling my geo tokens, increasing my earnings to $7,500, almost 12xing my money so far. Before we get to the next project, do me a favor and hit that like button for me. And consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next big project when I cover it on this channel. Coming in number 3 are my HiveMapper dash cams. HiveMapper is taking on Google Maps head on and using their dash cams and a crypto-based incentive model to recruit thousands of people around the world to map the roads they drive every day. It's one of the most intriguing and practical real-world use cases I've ever seen for a crypto project. I'm running a dual dash cam setup in my car with their dash cam S front-facing and their original dash cam facing out my rear side window. My cost averaged $375 per device. Now they have discontinued both my dash cams and have recently introduced their new HiveMapper B, which is currently priced at $469. They also have a promo going on where if you pre-order one of the HiveMapper Bs, you'll be eligible to receive a 2,000 honey token bonus, which will help to greatly reduce that cost for you. Now, unfortunately, it is still on pre-order and shipping isn't expected to start until sometime in Q3 of 2024. But it promises to be a completely passive mining experience, and if it's anywhere close to as profitable as mine have been, it could pay for itself many times over. I covered this back in July of 2023, and at the time it wasn't making very much, just $90 for the first month, and then you can see even less the next several months. But then in late November and December, this, like a lot of other tokens we mine, took off and greatly increased the profitability of this dash cam. I started with one dash cam and then I actually switched to that dual dash cam setup in about mid-December of 2023, which is also contributing to that increase in earnings you see here. Then in the last few months, I have been purposely driving just to map because it has been so profitable. If we look at the honey token chart, you can see the token went from about a penny up to 30 cents at its peak, which coincided with the token being listed on Coinbase. It has since fallen back down with the rest of the crypto market, currently trading at just under 10 cents with a market cap of $125 million. But I'm not worried. I think there are good times still ahead for HiveMapper as they continue to build out their maps and start bringing in some real revenue for the project. Not many crypto projects out there have real world revenue numbers, so this could be huge for HiveMapper. As you can see, the HODL earnings basically 10x those early month returns, but given the weakness we've seen in the token recently, it has had a negative impact over these last 4 months. Now, this is one of the few instances where HODLing hasn't been the correct strategy, where selling each month would have actually been more profitable to the tune of about $2,200. But still a great return for either strategy. Personally, I use the strength we saw the last few months to sell some of my honey tokens, but I still hold a pretty sizable bag of honey tokens at this point. Now let's be real, not every miner is going to be a big winner and generate 1,000+% returns. That's just not realistic. I have a miner graveyard in my month-end review video where I track all the dead miners and projects I've tried. I try to diversify across a large number of different projects to minimize my overall risk. I can't predict the future on which projects will succeed, and honestly, no one can else either. So be careful out there, don't FOMO into every project you hear about. Taking the 2 spot are my 2 DIMO AutoPi data miners. This is a device you plug into your car's OBD port, and it tracks diagnostic data on your car, and you get rewarded in their native DIMO token. Vehicles with smart integrations such as Tesla's can download their software for free. Each of my devices costs $371, but they have lowered the price and today they are priced at $299. We got into this project on this channel back in November of 2022. It's been a nice set it and forget it plug and play device with no ongoing expenses. Here are my earnings for DIMO as of each month. Now this is for 2 DIMO AutoPi devices. I got my initial airdrop in December of 2022 when the DIMO token went live, and it's been a pretty consistent project as you can see ever since. Now they do have a leveling system which incentivizes people to keep their device plugged in each week. The longer you have it plugged in, the higher your level. I'm now maxed out at their level 4 for my devices, so I earn max rewards each week. The DIMO token chart looks a lot like the other ones we've seen today, with these DePIN crypto projects really taking off in late 2023. DePIN is one of those crypto niches I think you're going to want to be in this bull market cycle. At least that's what these charts are telling us so far. DIMO, like most other tokens, is well off its highs at this point, currently trading for 29 cents, but with just a $63 million market cap at this point. If you look at the HODL chart, you can see the dramatic impact HODLing DIMO tokens has had, especially on that initial airdrop, which is now worth almost $9,000. A month ago, when DIMO was at its high, it was worth about double this. You can see these earnings are decreasing over time, and that's because the number of tokens I earn each week decreases as the number of cars connected increases. But as the network grows, the tokens should continue to appreciate in value as well. If we look at the comparison between earnings per month and HODL, you can see HODL is the big winner for DIMO with over a $10,000 advantage. But either way, a great return for each strategy. Like Hive Mapper, I have personally sold some of my DIMO tokens, but still hold a nice moon bag to participate in any upside. Coming in number 1 are my Bitcoin miners. I have 6 S19 Pro 110 terahash Bitcoin miners, which I purchased in July of 2022 for $5,600 each. Today you can purchase them for about $1,500 each. Ouch. I purchased them from Musk Miners, and unfortunately they had some generator issues at the time, and then the whole FTX crypto collapse happened, making these miners unprofitable and sitting idle for a very long time. I was able to transfer these miners over to BitCap hosting, where I got them up and running in April of 2023, and currently pay a monthly 8 cent per kilowatt hour hosting expense, which comes out to about $1,164 a month. Here's my net earnings after my hosting expenses each month. You can see it has gotten more profitable recently, and that's largely driven by the price of Bitcoin increasing at a faster rate than mining difficulty. Thank you, Bitcoin ETFs. Which was all nice and dandy, but the problem is that pesky Bitcoin halving that just occurred, which will now make these miners unprofitable going forward unless we see Bitcoin's price increase soon. If we look at the HODL earnings, it looks a lot better for these miners. Basically, this is tracking the change in mining difficulty over time, with the exception of December of 2023, where we saw a huge spike in Bitcoin transaction fees due to ordinals. If we compare my monthly earnings versus HODL for Bitcoin mining, once again, HODL is the big winner here with almost a $15,000 advantage. And although the total earnings is the highest for Bitcoin mining, it's also my highest cost miner, and I'm not even close to ROI at this point. But I'll continue to hold my Bitcoin, and I'm confident we will see some much higher prices for Bitcoin in the future, which will hopefully flip that ROI to positive. Bitcoin mining does not look like a great investment in retrospect. A lesson learned, right? I'll be sticking with the low cost, low power depend miners going forward. Speaking of which, there is another Drive to Earn project very similar to DIMO, which is about to go live very soon, and they're giving an airdrop to early users. Watch this video over here to learn more. Thanks for watching. Bye.